You can learn a relaxing new hobby with the help of a brand new book from Amy Latta. She has released The Beginner's Guide to Brush Lettering, and she's sharing more about it this morning. Amy, good to see you. I know this is a passion of yours. Tell us about this book and how it's different, perhaps, than your other books.
I'd love to. So, as you know, I have a series of books on hand lettering and even one on doodles. But this one is different because it focuses on brush technique. So, when we talk about hand lettering, it's about making our lettering or writing into art. And we love that script look, like what you see here on the cover where I wrote the title, where we have letters that have thick parts and thin parts within every letter. So in the other books, we go into all different kinds of fonts and we look at sort of a faux calligraphy way to get this effect. But this book focuses on the actual technique of using a brush pen, which is a special art tool, or a paintbrush to create this look. Because what happens is this pen has a flexible tip. So if you press hard with it, when you're pulling down toward yourself, you get this nice thick line. Whereas when you pull away from yourself, if you don't apply pressure, you get a much thinner line. So what happens is as you're writing, you can control the thickness of the different parts of your letter. So that's what this workbook is all about, is learning how to master the brush pen and get it to do the work for you to create this beautiful style of brush script lettering.
And really, then you can use it across a lot of your different crafts. But in order to do that, you've got to master it. So this book has traceable practice pages. Can you show us some examples of these?
I'd love to. So in the book, you have instruction and things to look at, guides, and then there's these traceable pages. And this is one thing, again, that my other workbooks don't have. All of them have practice space where you can work and practice your skills, but this is the first time that we actually included traceables. So there's an example in black that I did for you to look at, and then there's lighter gray where you can actually use your books and pen or your pens and markers right in the book on the pages and trace over what I did. If you think you're going to want to use them more than once, you can even make copies of the pages and then you can go back and trace them as often as you like. But it just kind of helps because, like with anything else, this is all about muscle memory. It's teaching the muscles in your hand when to press and when to release. And as you do it over and over, you get better and better. So these pages are designed to help you practice that pressure.
Yeah, and then, once you get that down, then you can actually go in the back. There are actual traceable projects. So talk about that.
Yes. So in the back of the book, I have a bunch of designs that I've laid out that I thought you might like to put, as you said, Brett, on your other crafts. You can do it on wood, you can do it on canvas, like the one behind me. This is actually a project that's out of the book. And then I used iron-on flowers on the canvas banner to accent it. So it has all these different phrases and sayings that I've created a lettered design. Some of them have little illustrations with them too, but most of them are just the lettering. And then there's an example for you to look at. There's a traceable version. And then there's also a blank page where you can try it all on your own.
It's fantastic, and I find it relaxing. It'll probably keep a lot of folks busy this fall. So now the most important question of all: how can we get your book?
I love that question. So this is available. Today is actually the release day. So really exciting. You could pre-order up until today, but now you can actually have it in your hands. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it online at walmart.com or anywhere that books are sold. You can also grab it in store. I know that Barnes and Noble, Books a Million, lots of independent retailer bookstores have it. But hopefully anywhere books are sold online, you can just plug in that title, The Beginner's Guide to Brush Lettering, and it'll pop right up for you.
Awesome. We appreciate the preview, Amy. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.